Building a civilization is about overlapping ideas and cultures. You could even call it a mosaic. Hey folks, it's Kylie at Games Unlimited. I apologize for that intro, but I'm here today to talk about Mosaic, the new civilization-style game from Glenn Drover. Now, Glenn Drover is very well known for Civ games. He's done a lot of big, chunky, licensed civilization games, licensed from computer games. He's done a version of Sid Meier's Civilization. He's done Age of Empires 3. He's just done so much. So he's very well versed in making epic 4X style board games. But with Mosaic, he's not exactly switched gears. He sort of allowed himself the freedom to build a Civ game from the ground up, not being beholden to any sort of IP or any sort of idea of what has to be in the game. So what he decided to do here, it is called Mosaic because it is all about the different layers of types of ideas and skills that civilizations need, whether you're talking about military, governmental forms, art, literature, things like that. Those are all represented by symbols on all of these cards. That's what sort of takes the place of what's generally like a tech tree in Civ games, are these symbols, because cards, some of them are going to require you to have certain symbols already in your tableau in order to purchase them. And of course, just about every single card that you purchase and play is going to give you some of those symbols. There's a race game element to it because there's a lot of goals for being the first one to have a certain amount of these symbols. So there's 9 different symbols in the game, and each of them is going to reward the player who is the first person to have 6 of those symbols. Plus there's a lot of other race elements to it. Now it's still a Civ game. You do have this nice big board of the Mediterranean. It's a hex map, and you're going to be placing out villages and cities on that map. You do so on each turn by just taking one of 8 different actions. So there's actions to grab new technologies that are out there. You can't play them unless you have the prerequisite symbols, but you can grab them if you want to save them for later. There's an action to build new cities and things. So you can spend money to build a city, but they're also going to be a roving market of extra city village actions that'll let you build stuff but get bonuses for doing that. There's building military units because there's an area control aspect. During each scoring age, each of the different regions is going to provide you points if you have the most influence, which is given to you by having cities, having villages, and having military units in there. Those military units themselves don't actually attack or do anything unless you manage to buy the appropriate technology. So there's a lot of different ways to go about scoring points in this game, different routes to victory. I mentioned scoring eras. So there are 4 scoring cards, one in each of the 4 decks that has a roving market that comes out there. So when a scoring is going to happen depends on how fast the players are going through each of the decks. So if people are buying lots and lots and lots of technologies, we're going to find the scoring card in that deck faster. If people are building a lot, using a lot of those building cards, we're going to find that scoring faster. And when the 3rd scoring card comes out, I mentioned there are 4, but when the 3rd one comes out, that's going to trigger the end of the game. We'll do that scoring, everyone's going to take another turn, and then we tally up points. I had a blast with this one. It's faster than a lot of 4X type Civ games. We managed to get a first play with 4 players, all new game, in about 2.5 hours with Teach. So, it's not something that's going to take all day, like something like Clash of Cultures or Sid Meier's Civ or things like that. But I loved the different routes to victory, the different ways that you can go about strategizing how you want to get points, how you want to do things. This is one I would recommend if you're a fan of 4X games and you want something that fits in that 2-hour time frame. Check out Mosaic. What is it? Mosaic, a story of civilization. You are patching in your story there. I am Kylie at Games Unlimited. Please come on down, ask us about Mosaic. We'd be happy to talk to you about it. Take a copy home. Unbox some fun.